3, 2, 1, and go. We are live. Welcome to the Smash Life Experience podcast. This is episode number 5, flying solo number 3. I am your host, Michael K. Hughes. I hope you are doing well wherever you are across the globe. Today's episode is entitled Patterns of Existence, Constructive or Destructive. The choice is yours. So, quick agenda for today is a little background on the subject for today, and then some stories, of course, the lessons within those stories. Then we've got a paradox. Many of the great things in life contain within them a paradox. It's our job to see that paradox and then to take action and move forward. So, of course, as always, I'm going to give you some potential solutions, some future pace, and then, as always, at the end, recommendation and final thoughts for the day. So before we jump into that, let's first recap. For those that are new, either listening on the podcast app or whatever platform it may be, or watching on YouTube or Facebook, shout out to everybody who is following so far. If this is your first time, what is the Smash Life Experience podcast? Well, we are shifting the global paradigm of human potential and elite performance. We do this by educate, inspire, transform. So my goal is to educate and inspire you so that you take action and then transform. We call this the next generation of human evolution, okay? We're in a society where there's so much consumption, people are taking it in, but then it stops there and they're not actually doing much with it. So what is the Smash Life? What we've done is we've broken it down into 4 main pillars. So number 1, in no particular order, number 1 is travel. We'll call this fun and adventure. Number 2 is training and sport. We'll call this healthy body, wellness, performance. Number 3, music and festivals. We'll call this experiences. Shout out to everybody who's just been down at Glastonbury Festival in England, UK. And then number 4 is business and personal development. We call this wealth and finances. Add in there some relationships, some human connection, and you have the Smash Life. Whatever that may mean to you, because of course we all have different visions, we all have different goals, different aspirations. So whatever your Smash Life is, I hope that you take away some education, some inspiration, you go and take action and you transform. Remember, this is not just about you, but then it's about the people that you impact. So other things that we talk about is unstoppable mindset, uber productivity, operating at elite performance, working together so that you can unleash your human potential and become your best. Not just your best for you, but then you can show up as your best in the world and to those around you who you directly influence, whether it be family, friends, work colleagues, business partners, teammates, etc., etc. So I hope that paints a little vision for you, and I hope you start to understand. For those, of course, that have followed me either just on this short podcast journey so far or back in previous years with Smash Life TV, I'm sure that you already have a good idea of what it is about. So big shout out at that point to everyone who has consumed and or engaged so far, whether it's in the past or the recent past or the present. And a shout out especially to those who have actually taken action, okay, and done something. It's going to be difficult to track this over time, but I know that these people are out there, and I'm sure it will come back over time with messages and so on. Remember, it is not about what you consume, it's about what you process and then go and do with that consumption. So, quick recap of the episodes so far. Episode number 1 was entitled, Who Are You Becoming? So it's not just who are you now, but who are you becoming? What or who are you working towards? What is your vision and how do you plan to get there? Episode number 2 was special guest number 1 with Chris Hankinson from the Wigan Warriors in the English Rugby League Super League. Rejection is not the end of the road, it is the start of the beginning. Wow, it was a very, very big episode. Great to hear Chris's story about his challenges and how he's overcome them. And he's now playing, obviously, in one of the biggest, most prestigious sporting leagues and competitions in the world. So, big shout out to Mr. Hankinson. Episode number 3 was flying solo number 2. Welcome to the Matrix. I should have also said, boom, we're back. So anybody that's watching on video, whether it be YouTube or Facebook, We are, boom, in the Matrix studio. Obviously, you cannot see that on the podcast, but I'm sure you can envisage it. Welcome to the Matrix, and it was facing and overcoming your fears. In particular, we spoke about the fear of judgment. Should have also said episode 1, we finished with the final thought of the day, was the fear of the unknown, okay? Following your highest good with no expectation of the outcome. But first, you must overcome your deepest fear, which is the fear of the unknown. So, episode number 3, the second flying solo, was the fear of judgment and the fear of judgment of others. Oftentimes, if we fear judgment from others, it's because we actually judge others ourselves. So everything, like I say, all these paradoxes that kind of link in. Fear judgment from others, look at yourself first of all. So that was a very, very deep episode. Then, most recently, episode 4, special guest 2, was Daniel Hodge from @B Yoga Warrington, entitled Be Kind to Yourself. Phenomenal episode talking about his journey from the British military, paratrooper, jumping out of planes, and then over a number of years, series of events, now a new age aspiring yogi, and also just opened his own yoga studio in Warrington, UK. So he's a shining example of what is possible, and also that you never really know what is around the corner. So think about this, wherever you are now in your life, did you imagine your life being like this 1 year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago? It's often when we have no expectation of the outcome and we just take action, leave our fears behind, that is when life becomes most beautiful. And if you will only keep searching, okay? Be curious, not judgmental. Keep searching, be open to learning, and take action when ideas and opportunities present themselves. That's what Chris Hankinson did with the rugby. That's what Daniel did with going from the military to new age aspiring yogi. And that's what you can do too. So, to today, that was a recap. Big thanks to everyone who's shared and engaged and all that kind of stuff. You know the dance. So, to today's episode, I was going to name it, What is Your Addiction? Okay, because we're all addicted to something, whether we like it or not. 90 to 95% of what we do in our lives is subconscious. That means we do it without thinking, okay? It's a program that is running on autopilot. Now, research shows by the age of 35 that this is pretty much locked in, okay? We're creatures of habit, so it is tough to change, but you can change, okay? That is why the SmashLife podcast and SmashLife TV aimed kind of at millennials, so sort of 20 to sort of mid-30s, 35, that sort of age range, because my hope is that by me explaining and sharing my experiences and explaining the lessons that I've learned, both myself and people that I've met on my journey, clients that I've worked with, students that I've worked with, but then also my own experiences, hopefully I can share what I've learned, and that inspires you to then go and take action and then transform. Not saying that if you're after 35, it's all lost, because it's not, but the key ages is before 35, so especially mid to late 20s to early 30s, that is the key, that's the golden point, the golden period. So if you are listening or watching and you're thinking, that's me, then make sure you listen carefully. So, I was going to call it, What is Your Addiction? But then I thought to go with patterns of existence, and then we'll break that down again. And essentially this comes down to patterns of existence or patterns of behavior, also known as habits. The reason I didn't want to just call it habits is because there's some real buzzwords out there in the world and in the industry and on social media, the internet and so on at the minute. One of them is habits, but do people really understand what we mean by habits? Do they really understand what a habit is, how to identify one, how to change one, how to implement stuff? So I thought I'd go with the patterns of existence, okay? Now, let's break this down. Let's go a little bit deeper. Should start by saying my goal today is to help raise awareness through education and understanding, okay? If I just tell you, you're probably not going to take it in, not going to listen. So I'm going to attempt to share a story, okay? We're going to give story 2 versions. So we've got 2 people and they both start at a new job at the same time. Or let's say they both start the same business at the same time, okay? Now, they've both got the same skill set from a business point of view, from a career, from a job point of view. Same skill set, similar experiences, okay? However, recently, they've both experienced a major loss or disappointment in their life. Okay, let's say, for example, one's been let down on a big job opportunity. They were promised the world with lots of great benefits, and then it fell through. Okay, so they were very disappointed. They've experienced loss. One of the two in the story maybe has been a sportsman and been released by a club. It was a dream to play for the local hometown team, football, rugby, or whatever it might be, and then they've been released. They've been let go. So they've experienced loss, major disappointment. Now, neither is either person. They're just examples that I'm giving to you. So let's go with the story then. They both just started this new job, this new business. Now, I'm going to give you two people, two versions of the story. And then at the end, I'm going to ask you a question, okay? So see if you can follow this. So let's call them Dave or Janet, okay? Male or female, Dave or Janet. Option number A, okay? Wake up in the morning. First thing to do is check social media, scroll through Instagram, scroll through Facebook, grab something quick on the way out, bowl of cereal, piece of toast, drive to work, bit of a rush, listening to music or listening to the radio, the early morning news, whatever it might be. Arrive at work and then work hard all day, focused, really trying hard to get a promotion, to impress the boss, etc., or to build the business or whatever it might be, job or business. Finish work, driving home, all this chatter going on in the head. Should I go to the gym? Can't be bothered. I've had a hard day at work. Oh, I'm tired. I can go tomorrow. Eventually they decide, okay, let's go. I know it's good for me. I need to go. Go to the gym and do the same thing as they always do. Chest one day, back one day, arms one day. Of course, skip leg day. Maybe do a few squats, but half-hearted and think, oh, I can't be bothered with this anymore. And then get home from work. Can't really be bothered cooking, although they know the benefits of cooking fresh, whole food. Grab a ready meal or whatever it might be, or a fast food, junk food, processed, whatever. And then consume Netflix, more social media, go to bed. And that's pretty much it. Wake up, next day, repeat. That's when they're at home. When they're away on a business trip, wake up just before it's time to go to breakfast, work all day, come back from work, maybe do a quick 20 minutes in the gym, if at all, and then go straight out to the restaurant, to the bar, to relax, socialize, etc. That's option number A, Dave or Janet number A, okay? Then we've got Dave or Janet number B, or letter B, version B. Wake up in the morning, perform morning routine, then maybe have a quick check of social media just to keep up to date. Then go to the gym, move the body, maybe out for a run or to the gym, train at the gym, movement patterns and speeds, not muscle groups. Come back, refuel with good, healthy, fresh nutrition. Then drive to work, a bit more relaxed. Rather than listening to music and the radio, listen to some podcasts, maybe the SmashLife Experience-Podcast. Arrive at work, calm, relaxed. Work hard throughout the day, but also smart. Finish the day at work, and then if they've not been to the gym in the morning, they go in the evening. They enjoy it. They get the most out of the workout. They come home. Again, they refuel with good nutrition. Not saying 100% vegan or vegetarian or anything like that, but about 80% good, healthy nutrition. Then they do some mindset training. Doesn't have to be long, 5 or 10 minutes. Focusing the mind, focusing the brain, reviewing their goals, and then maybe consume a little bit of Netflix or social media or whatever it might be, and then go to sleep. Perform an evening routine as well before going to bed to optimize sleep, and then repeat next day. Away on a business trip, same deal, same thing. Wake up in the morning, maybe a little bit earlier to perform the morning routine, then go to breakfast, go to work. After work, rather than just going straight for the bar, straight for the restaurant, they find that 20 minutes or that half an hour to get into the gym. That's all it is, okay? Those people that are on business trips and go to the bar or the restaurant after work for 2, 3, 4 hours, surely you can find that 20 or 30 minutes straight after work. Go, relax, de-stress the mind, deload the body, and re-energize, okay? So option number B, Dave or Janet, finishes the day. So you've got option A and you've got option B. Now, the question is, in 6 months, one person gets promoted. In 2 years, gets promoted again. Who do you think is happier, more fulfilled, feels energized, has a better quality of life, working towards the goals, and then ultimately 6 months, 2 years down the line, get those promotions? They're both doing exactly the same at work. They've got the same skill set, the same experience. Who do you think is happier and more fulfilled inside, more energized, and then more productive? Boom, you got it. Option number B, of course, okay? Now, he's not a monk, he's not a saint, he's not doing anything out of the ordinary. It's just a few small, simple things repeated consistently, day in and day out over time. Okay, now, here comes the paradox. You might be thinking to yourself, well, I sound like option B, like Dave or Janet B, and I might be doing the right things externally on the outside, but I'm still not getting the results that I feel I want and deserve in life. So the question then is, what's going on the inside, okay? What I've noticed through my 32 years of life and experience and multiple world travel, working with clients of all ages and ranges all over the world, is we're very externally focused. We want the results on the outside and we want them now. We want them yesterday, okay? What's going on the inside? Okay, I'm speaking a little slower, a few pauses. Hopefully your brain is ticking, okay? I'm now going to share, so I shared some external habits, things like waking up a little bit earlier, performing a morning routine, eating more healthy than unhealthy, whereas option B was eating maybe 50-50. Is that enough? Option A was training, but the same sort of thing, bodybuilding routine, chest one day, back one day. Option B was more sort of athletic-based training, although he's not an athlete, but it was athletic-based training movement patterns and speeds. Now, let's look at the internal habits, the internal patterns of existence, okay? These are maybe not so obvious, so hopefully this is going to be some aha moments and some light bulb moments for you. Think about negative thinking, negative self-talk. These, just like waking up earlier, 20 minutes earlier and going to the gym, this is a habit just like waking up external. This is also a habit internal. Negative thinking, negative self-talk. Addiction and a habit of addiction to drama, watching soap operas, watching some reality TV. Notice how I say some there, not hating on reality TV. And I'm not going to mention any specific names either, but I'm sure that you all know and you all understand. This is addiction to drama, okay? Addiction to negative thinking, addiction to drama, addiction to regretting the past, overthinking things that have happened in the past. The past is the past, it's gone, okay? Got to move on. Addiction to putting other people down. Now, that might not be a conscious addiction where you think, today I am going to put everyone down possible. In my mind, I'm going to judge everyone that walks past me. But it's happening. Think about what goes on inside your mind. It's happening, okay? Addiction to judging others. Addiction to fearing the unknown. How to know if you have an addiction to the fear of the unknown. What is your life like right now? What are your biggest dreams and goals? And does your current life look anything like your biggest dreams and goals? If not, you've probably got an addiction to the fear of the unknown. Make sense? Okay. Fear of the unknown leads to paralysis. Okay, this is a sign of being successful in whatever it is that you want to be successful in, is taking action even when you feel uncertain, even when you're uncertain of the outcome. Okay, so I've got a long list, to be fair, of many more, but I think that that's enough for now, for today. I think that the point has come across. So the paradox is you might be doing the right things externally, but what's going on the inside internally? Okay, so there's the stories, the lessons, the paradox. Of course, we're all about solutions, okay? Another one is addicted to problems, addicted to drama, addicted to problems. But what is the solution? Because there's always a solution. So how do we overcome this? I'm sure you've heard and everybody knows the phrase, you are what you eat, which is correct, but you're not just what you eat, you're actually what you consume. So this is not only what you eat through your mouth, this is what you consume through your eyes, through your ears, through your skin. Your skin is not a barrier to stop stuff coming in, it is a carrier, and we absorb stuff coming in. What do I mean by that? Your environment, the people you are around, the people you surround yourself with. What vibration are they vibrating at? Are they high vibrational people, low vibrational people? No judgment of anyone. I'm just the messenger sharing the knowledge and the experiences. So environment, vibrations, the skin is a carrier, not a barrier. So how do we overcome this then? We've got mouth, we've got eyes, we've got ears, we've got the skin, we've got nose as well, all the different senses. So you need to think and perform, you need to come from a place of and a mindset of personal growth and development. How about that for a new addiction? Being addicted to growing, to developing, not only to learn and consuming, but to taking action. Because when you take action consistently, over time, you transform. So this is not just short term. Now, if you start to do things short term, you might see no change. You might see some quick results, quick changes, but there might be no change, because often the biggest and best, most impactful changes come over the long term. Now, I refer to The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Incredible book. Go check it out. Everything can be either constructive or destructive. Let's go back to our little story that we told, our little fable of Dave A and Dave B. They're both doing similar things, just a few little simple things that were changed consistently over time. That is how you see the results. Okay, so now I want to give you some real actionable points. I think that, or I hope that you're following the journey of where we're going here. So 2 major points, and then I got the third one to add on. Number 1, what can you actually do starting today? Build into your life positive habits and install new systems into your life. Easy one for you. If you're not currently going to the gym, let's get moving. Let's get to the gym, or let's get out. Let's get moving. If you are going to the gym, do something different. Most people, I've found, either do some sort of bodybuilding split workout, chest one day, back one day, arms one day, or some sort of crazy hard, push myself till I'm sick, kind of CrossFit or run on a treadmill till I fall off kind of workout. My advice is, be a little smarter, do something different, okay? If you are currently training, currently going to the gym, moving your body, then another one is transport university, okay? Like I shared in the story, anytime you're in a transport, whether it be a car, a train, walking somewhere, rather than listening to music, what about listening to podcasts, YouTube videos, audiobooks, etc. And of course, my biggest recommendation there is the SmashLife Experience-Podcast. Make sure that you tell a friend, okay? And then number 2, so number 1 is the habits and the new systems for living into your life. And number 2 is to upgrade the inside. So that's your emotions and your mindset. Notice how I say emotions there as well. Again, another buzzword at the minute is mindset. Do people really know what it means? Have people experienced it themselves? What do you mean by mindset? Positive mindset, yeah, that's great. Gratitude, yeah, that's great. But what's next level? What's the next level to that? So, a couple of things. One that I shared last week. What if up? Okay, what if up? Also, a whole range of other strategies, practices, techniques that I use personally and with clients and students that I work with, that I coach and mentor. It's much, much more than just positive thinking, than just gratitude. That's a good starting point, but it can go a lot deeper than that. So if you get these 2 right, this is the physical and the non-physical. The non-physical including mental, emotional, spiritual, and you repeat this consistently over time. That is how you see and feel the results. Remember, it's not just the external, but it's the internal. And this is not just short term, but it's also long term. We live in an instant gratification society. We need to just calm down a little bit, relax, okay? You see all these overnight successes of sports people, DJs, etc. In fact, there is no overnight success. These guys have been working day in, day out, month in, month out for years, if not decades. So we use the phrase unleashing the human potential for good. So if you get these two right, the physical, which is the habits and the new systems, and the non-physical, which is the mental, emotional, spiritual, which is upgrading the emotions and the mindset consistently over time, unleash the human potential for good. Now, when you are your best, you show up your best in the world and you help others at a higher level. And this is how you make your impact in the world, which essentially is what all our souls have come here to planet Earth for. More on that in a future episode. Now, if you would like to go deeper, recommendation for today, before I do a quick recap on future pace, is a book called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari by Robin Sharma. Wow, what a book, absolutely incredible. Quick shout out to Connor Harding, who first introduced me to this book, and it links perfectly to today's episode. It's very much a story woven within it, lots of lessons, and it's very much a mind-expanding, life-enhancing fable about a monk who sold his Ferrari, and the rest, as they say, is history. So, I hope today, quick recap and future pace, I hope today got you thinking. Not just thinking, but hashtag think different, okay? It all starts with awareness, and then comes the desire. We cannot desire something that we're not aware of, okay? So by education and understanding to raise awareness, and then that activates the desire. When you have the desire is when you take action, and that is when the transformation comes. So at SmashLife HQ, we are disruptive by design. That was the plan of today, is to disrupt your thinking, to get you thinking differently. Now, it may make you feel a little uncomfortable at first, which is absolutely fine. All change requires you to do something different, which requires you to feel uncomfortable. That's a prerequisite of changing. Now, when I say change, I mean upgrading, going to the next level. And I want to help you to design your ultimate life, to level up and to live your own smash life, okay? Both in the physical, non-physical, and all around, across all time, dimensions, space, and reality. Remember, we are 90 to 95% subconscious habits and patterns of existence. So have a think about what you are currently getting in your life, what you are currently doing, and how you are doing it. If you would like to go deeper on any of today's subjects and you would like some help with that, then you can reach out to me personally. Comment below or send me a direct message. We can discuss potentially working together, and I use the phrase program yourself for success, okay? Whatever success may mean to you. Now, this is not just programming, this is also the support, the coaching, and here's the key word, the accountability, okay? Many of us, myself included, we can take action for a few days, maybe a week, but then to consistently take action repeatedly over time, that is where that's the golden ticket, okay? So I've worked for over a decade, probably close to 15 years, with clients and students of all abilities, from elite athletes to everyday people, business owners, entrepreneurs, and everything and everybody in between. I specialize in working with and helping millennials, okay, to overcome these limitations that oftentimes are blind spots. We don't even realize the own limitations that we have on ourselves. And for me personally, the way that I overcame my limitations was working with coaches and mentors, enrolling on online programs, and working with the best of the best. So with that said, final thought for the day: patterns of existence. Constructive or destructive, you get to decide. Whether you like it or not, you are building and creating something. You only get one shot at this life, this human life. It can either be okay, good, fine, or it can be great, phenomenal, the best ever. The beauty is, as a human, unlike every other animal on this planet, we get to choose. Remember, what if up? What if best case scenario? What if dream life? What if the smash life? Why not choose to make your one shot a masterpiece? Become the best you can possibly be. The world is our canvas and we are the artists. Now let's go and create our Smash Life reality together. It starts now. Guys, hope you enjoyed today's episode. A little shorter today, hopefully a bit more impactful. Hope also you see how each episode is linking. It's one of my great late mentors, Mr. Steve Jobs, the Messiah himself. He says that you cannot connect the dots looking forwards. You can only connect the dots looking backwards. So you have to trust, you have to believe in something, okay? And trust that the dots will connect down on in the future. So guys, wherever you are, whatever you're up to, I hope you took some value from today. If you did, then please feel free to share, tag, like, comment, tell a friend, tell multiple friends. YKTD, you know the dance. You know what to do. Guys, remember, this is the Smash Life Experience Podcast. I'm your host, Michael K. Hughes. We are shifting the global paradigm of human potential and elite performance. My goal is to educate and inspire you to take action and transform. This is, and we are, the next generation of human evolution. Guys, wherever you are, whatever you're up to, thanks. Have a great day. Remember, it's nice to be nice. Smash Life. Yeah, man. Peace. Over and out. Yeah, baby.